Hello dear children, today we are going to learn about measurement of mass. In the previous chapter or previous topic that I had taken about measurement of length. And you were using ruler and the tape, measuring tape to measure the length. We finished with length. Now we are going to learn mass today. Okay, so what is mass? Mass, let us see the definition. What is mass? The mass of a body is the quantity of matter contained in the body. So what is mass? The quantity of matter. The matter is made up of molecules, isn't it? So how many molecules are present in the body? That will give the mass of the body. Okay, so that if more molecules are present, we will say there is more matter in this. So the mass of body is the quantity of matter contained in the body. What is the SI unit of mass? It is kilogram. We have learnt that the SI unit of length was meter. Now here SI unit of mass is what? Kilogram. So whenever we want to measure the mass, we will use units of mass. What is 1 kilogram? 1 kilogram is defined as the mass of a cylinder of platinum iridium alloy kept at the International Bureau of Weights and Measures at Sèvres near Paris. So same way as the meter, you have to learn the definition of this also. So a cylinder is kept. What is a cylinder made up of? It is made up of platinum iridium alloy. It is kept in Paris. And whenever we are going to replicate this 1 kilogram, we have to use that standards. The mass of that, our kilogram should be same as that kilogram which is kept in Paris. So learn the definition of this 1 kilogram. And another definition, simple one is also there if you want. 1 kilogram is the mass of 1 liter of water at 4 degrees. The temperature is very important, 4 degrees. So at 4 degrees, if you measure 1 liter of water, the mass of that water will be 1 kilogram. So you can learn these two definitions of mass. Now multiples and sub-multiples of unit of mass. Multiples means bigger units, sub-multiples means smaller units of mass. So when you are measuring something very big, we use the bigger unit of mass. What are the bigger units of mass? Quintal and metric ton. So when you are buying huge sacks of rice, you will measure it in quintal. What is 1 quintal? 1 quintal is 100 kilogram. So when you take 100 kilograms, it becomes 1 quintal. And a bigger unit is metric ton. When you take 1000 kilogram, that will make 1 metric ton. What is the relationship between metric ton and quintal? There is a difference of only 1 zero, isn't it? So we will say 1 metric ton is 10 quintal. 10 quintal makes 1 metric ton. Okay. Now we come to the smaller units of mass. Smaller unit of mass are grams and kilograms. So if you take a kilogram and cut it into 1000 pieces, that one small piece will be 1 gram. So 1 kilogram is 1000 gram. And if you take 1 gram and cut it into 1000 pieces again, then that small teeny weeny piece will be called 1 milligram. Okay, so some measurements, small measurements that you have to take, you take in 1 milligrams. So or the unit milligram, like you want to measure some medicines, they are all measured in milligrams. Kilogram we use to measure apples or oranges. Okay, and then this I told you, when you are loading some heavy weights on the ships, you use the uh, units like quintal and metric ton. Now devices for measuring mass. What are the devices that we use for measuring mass? You have learned what were the devices for measuring length. We learned it was a meter rule and it was measuring tape. Now here what are the units, what are the devices which are used for measuring mass? For measuring mass, the following two balances are used. We use two balances. One is the beam balance and next is the electronic balance. Okay, so these are the devices which we use to measure the mass. Now let us see how do we use a beam balance. So here this is the beam balance. You can see there is a horizontal beam. Now This beam can be made up of wood or metal. So this is a horizontal beam, and then the beam is supported at its center. See here, this is a support where you can hold it and you can see, measure the weight. The support has a pointer. Can you see the pointer here? There is a pointer which points when it is vertically upwards. That means the pans are empty and both sides are balanced. Now, two identical pans are suspended from either ends of the beam by means of a string of equal length. So here you see that these pans, there are two pans here, the left pan and the right pan. They are suspended by means of strings. The strings are of equal length, the pans are of equal weight. So that there is no error because of the pans. So both pans should be equal weight and they should be at equal distance. The pans are suspended from equal distances from the support. So that is how a beam balance is placed. Now how do you measure weight or mass by use of a beam balance? First, when the pans are empty, the pointer will point in the center straight upwards. When you place some weight on the left pan, then this pan will come down because of the mass of this object which is placed on the pan. Okay, and because of that the pointer will also point in a little bit, it will be turned towards this side. Okay, now to balance it you have to place some weight. Suppose you are placing a weight of 2 kilograms on this. When you place this, the beam will again become straight. That means the masses of both sides have been balanced. So you just have to see how much weight you have to place here in order to balance the beam. Whatever weight you place here, that will be the mass of the object. So that is how we use the beam balance. So I will send also a video to explain the working of a beam balance. So please study till here today. You will have an online test for physics for this, the measurement of length, as well as this part, the till where we have studied. I will ask you some questions based on this. So be prepared for the test also.